Hi, I'm Matthew Schottenfeld, and this is my colleague, Dr. Young Lee, and we're from the Innovative Workplace Institute based out of New York. This talk is Wellbeing is at the heart of business success, or as I like to call it, Wellbeing is profitable, and that's kind of our premise. We're going to share our experience and expertise in developing a tool, and it's called Comparative Assessment and Performance Tool for Innovative Workplaces, pronounced CAPTIVE. CAPTIVE is a free, open-source, online workplace design management tool that was developed by a collaboration between industry and academic partners with startup money from industry. The purpose was to offer a new framework and metrics for workplace design, management, and evaluation practices by looking at the workplace performance from a holistic and sustainable perspective. In the process of developing performance indicators for innovative workplaces, productivity and well-being indicators became the core of CAPTIVE as we discovered that these indicators were overlapping. These are the methods that we used to create CAPTIVE. First, we did a review of all the major standards and guidelines, and it was a very exhaustive review of all the standards and guidelines that were out there. Second, we reviewed the major instruments and studies that had components of productivity, performance, health, and comfort. And the third was utilizing content and visual analysis of published literature. And this was a review of visual materials. We also partnered with over 40 industry and academic partners in order to create this instrument.
So in essence, we have implemented 5 dimensions of workplace well-being indicators that were linked to workplace performance, productivity, and innovation from the literature to CAPTIVE. And as you can see here, these include physical well-being, cognitive well-being, social well-being, emotional well-being, and environmental well-being. We've defined these 5 dimensions of workplace well-being because of the relevance between these well-being indicators and organizational performance and innovation. According to our research, there's no consensus around one single definition of well-being, but there is, in general, agreement, at minimum, that well-being means judging life positively and feeling good, as well as well-being encompasses physical, mental, and social domains. So based on the aspects of well-being examined in various disciplines, as shown in the summary, you can see physical well-being, economic well-being, social well-being, development and activity, emotional well-being, psychological well-being, life satisfaction, domain-specific satisfaction, and engaging activities and work. We have established the 5 categories of well-being that have shown scientific evidence for the contributions to organizational performance, more specifically 3 organizational constituents, including people, process, and place, which is called the 3 Ps. In this tool, we intended to measure well-being enhanced workplace features by using quantitative and objective measures in 5 well-being categories to overcome criticisms for subjective and quantitative measures. While there can be some variations among the fields, we find these are general questions to raise when choosing appropriate measures and measurements. This slide simply summarizes the framework of CAPTIVE that measures the impact of the 5 dimensions of well-being indicators on the 3 organizational constituents, especially the 3 critical components of innovative, high-performing organizations: people, place, process, that ultimately contribute to organizational innovation performance. To measure organizational innovation performance, we employed 5 measures from Oslo Manual, which was adopted by OECD later on, which included, as you can see here, product innovation, process innovation, marketing innovation, organizational innovation, and intellectual property innovation.
And we picked those 5 there were a large variety, but we picked those 5 because we found that they were most easily measurable.
One of the very unique features of CAPTIVE is employing analytic hierarchy process. This is a multi-criteria decision-making technique based on mathematics and psychology to determine the priorities among the criteria between various stakeholders. We integrated these to Captive in order to be able to prioritize performance indicators based on the overall impact for organizations to easily understand and target higher priorities that have the most impact for the financial and resource investment when deciding workplace changes to better align with their innovation strategies.
This process can also be ideal to use as a macro instrument to calibrate the differences in countries' economics, corporate sizes and sectors, and cultures when measuring different regions' priorities and criterias.
We have embedded into Captive the ability to generate instant and actionable reports in relation to prioritize strengths and opportunities based on benchmark, direct comparisons of multiple workplaces, and modeling scenarios. Of course, we also offer additional in-depth reports to assist and guide organizations to develop a strategy in relation to workplace planning to maximize well-being and performance.
Now, our tool has been very specific, and we've been trying to broaden it for this conference and just trying to collaborate to create more of a macro tool. So we're in the process of expanding the indicators to encompass the topics of corporate social responsibilities and the roles of corporates for the stewardship of three sustainabilities: economy, social, and environment. This is our new framework to be used for workplace well-being at the societal level. It is similar to the 5 dimensions of workplace well-being in Captive, but in this model, we emphasize corporate role in community and economic well-being.
Another plan in progress is to measure the impacts of workplace well-being in terms of organizational benefits to these 5 known benefits of workplace well-being, including healthy organizational culture, improved individual health and safety, enhanced company reputation, higher productivity, and financial savings. This is the general guideline that we will use to determine the best measures to assess the impacts of workplace well-being on organizational benefits.
These are the potential measures that we were looking to use. Some of them are objective, some are subjective, some are financial, and some are non-financial. And the trick is to try to find not too in-depth of a tool that is like too complex to finish, but not too simple that the results do not yield anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.